It's no secret that Nigeria is the largest economy in Africa.
What's more to her?
With over 3 billion metric tons of iron ore deposits found in Kogi, Enugu, and Niger states, an estimated 10 million tons of lead zinc veins spread across many states in Nigeria.
Over 7.5 million tons of barite in Taraba and Bauchi states, an abundance of lithium and gold in Nasarawa, Ogun State, and many more. Nigeria is blessed with a diverse mix of mineral deposits.
The Nigerian government, through the Ministry of Solid Minerals Development, is setting the pace to reposition Nigeria as an economic powerhouse.
Join us every Monday, 16:30 GMT, and on Saturday, 9 hours GMT, for the program Uncovering Nigeria's Hidden Gems.
Uncovering Nigeria's Hidden Gems,
where we highlight the activities of the solid minerals sector to discover the vast natural resources of the country and know more about the sector.
Remember, Mondays at 16:30 GMT and Saturdays at 9 hours GMT.
Uncovering Nigeria's Hidden Gems.
You will have heard Artisanal and Small Scale Mining Department. This is the department for the vulnerables. You know that about more than 2 million people are involved in this subsector. Mining during the dry season, mostly are farmers. They are migrating from one area to another, and during the dry season they become miners. Because of that, they mine everywhere without any cost to environmental degradation. They don't respect the rules of government. They use unwholesome mining technique. They use rudimental tools. So the purpose of government is to actually regulate their activities so that they can contribute to national economy. And that is why this department was created, Artisanal and Small Scale Mining, in order to administer and regulate their activity nationwide, worldwide in fact, because this is not only restricted to Nigeria. In Nigeria there are over 2 million directly dependent and non-dependent, but worldwide over 40 million people. Well, like I said, initially it was poverty related to poverty alleviation. You know, people just sit down behind their houses, you see a lot of minerals, and maybe when they are farming, they scratch the back of their houses and they come into contact with minerals, and ordinarily they think that this is something, since it is found within my house, is something that belongs to me. But they did not know that the law is specific on that all minerals that are found under the earth within the country belongs to the federal government. The land actually belongs to them, but all minerals belongs to the federal government of Nigeria. So, and they are called extractives. The oil and the mineral sector are the only two extractives we have in Nigeria. And that's why you find it in the exclusive list. That is, only the federal government can legislate on it. At the first 2-3 months, there were over 50 of them that came. Now, if you were there yesterday, there are over 200 that came on board now that are fully registered as artisanal mining cooperatives. So our intent is not to leave them only as artisanal mining cooperatives, no. Our intent is to graduate them so that when they grow more than the small enterprise they are forming, because you know there are key performance indices that government want to actually check. One, government want to make sure that it monitors that there are employment generation. It want to also monitor to ensure that there are more amount of minerals that are actually being mined. This is in order for us to be able to know the amount of money, the royalties that is going to be generated by government. You know, the amount of mineral is tied to royalty actually. If you check our Mining Act section 90 to section 92, there are several things that we undertake. We provide extension services to this crop of people. That is because we know they use rude, rudimental tool. They don't obey the environment. They damage the environment. When they mine, they move away from that place. They don't use any form of, they use shovel, use hammer, diggers, and all. Now, the purpose is that Section 9292 says provide extension services just like it's been done in the agri sector. So we teach them new method of mining that they can use small mechanized farming, small kind of equipment to so that they can better get more of these minerals from. So then we do a lot of sensitization also in the field. There is a process called sapphire mining initiative. The purpose is to actually show them that they can move from their current state of mining into a better form of mining. We've been able to achieve a lot because most of the waste that they think are waste when they are mining their gold in some of these gold bearing zones. I'm telling you, if you process them, you'll find out that the number of gold they have that you are going to find even in the waste is much in competition with what they'll be able to get. There is what we call mineral buying centers. Mineral buying centers are market interface between the miners and the buyers. I will speak in two-pronged ways. One is because the law still, Section 92 also is there clearly, establishment of mineral buying centers. You know, we as government, we are not businessmen. The law now, the Mining Act 2007, has actually redefined our concept as regulators only. No more, you know, before you have mining corporation, government is seriously into the business of mining. But after the coming of 2007 Mining Act, it has stopped us from becoming business enterprise because I'm sorry to say government is a bad manager of businesses. So we are now actually restricting ourselves to regulating the sector, but again providing the needed environment for private sector participation. So what we are doing is to make sure that we actually register what we call small enterprises called mineral buying centers, where people will come because they are actually the off-takers. So, and they are actually in the field buying. Now, the law states that no any individual has the right to purchase mineral without letting government know. Because if you don't let government know, there will be unholy speculation and we will not have a database of people who actually deal in this thing. So we are actually registering the buying center operators, small scale buying center operators. About now we have more than 2,000 of them on the list. They pay a token of about 100,000 naira to government yearly and it's renewable. But recently it's been raised to about 150 during this recent review of some of our activity. It's been raised to 150. So that is what they pay through the remitter in order to remain. And now it's left for us also because there are conditions for them to register. Because it's an interface for exchanges, so they must have some certain regulations that we put in place. They must have an assaying center to be able to actually know the purity of what they are buying, the percentage purity. For example, if it is gold, how purified is it? What is the carat? Because these contribute to the cost of the minerals. So they must know that. They must have safe in their offices to be able to hide some of these things to prevent them from being attacked by also a lot of people who are not identified with them and so many other things. Government has also gone ahead to establish 2 new international facilitation platforms, the Gold Souk in Kano and then the International Gemstone Platform in Ibadan. Now, for the Gold Souk in Kano, why Kano? Because from our studies all these years, we observed that most of the minerals, gold that have been taken maybe to Dubai or any part, they pass through Kano. Most of the people that are buying the gold are Kano people, and then the airport that takes this mineral out of the country is Kano Airport. So, and that is why government thought that there is a need to put a small gold souk in Kano, where we can take a database of some of these people that are dealing in this thing before it is getting out of the country, and then government can also collect some part of its royalties for some of these people who are in that place. So the interface is larger compared to the small one we are registering now. The center is being run through some management arrangement by the ministry. It has just taken off. It has not yet gone far. It has just taken off. So the interface for exchanges are all there. There are new technologies that have come on board now called the borax method or the retort method. We have worked with the United Nations Environmental Program on that too, UNEP, and we have addressed the use of also mercury during mining, because a lot of them use mercury to actually process their gold. Now there is an international awareness on the use of mercury in gold mining worldwide. So all these things, we are working with international partners and people around the globe to actually address some of these environmental issues we have talked about. Well, the achievement, you've heard it yesterday. The minister has said it. We have jumped the 17 billion mark now for the first time in recent years. It's not been easy. The challenge, paucity of fund is there. Number of personnel is people are retiring and there is no commensurate recruitment to fill in the vacancies. You need to do that. You need to provide also a lot of fiscal incentive. The government is actually providing this incentive. If you check section 34, it talks about incentive for prospective investors who come, because before I came here, I was actually director investment promotion, so I know all these things that come around. Now, you also have to take care of the personnel. Personnel need to be motivated, and then we need to actually be funded properly so that we can actually find a bearing for our sector in the national economy.